Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Hey,
So there I
We're,
was,
we're playing more
existing
the
in two
medium.
worlds, but never really
playing
living in either.
Silent Hill 7.
You keep saying that.
Yeah.
Thanks. I couldn't read. I couldn't read that sign game. Must get dry around here.
Yeah. Kind of cool so far, this game.
Yeah, I dig it.
Nothing's really happened.
Yeah,
Oh, what happened to you?
take that back. There's a dead deer, and she's grossed out by it.
What is this, Tomb Raider?
Oh, it's like the reboot Tomb Raider.
Yeah, there's like that part where she's like all upset about killing a deer.
Yeah,
That part gets a lot of attention because she's very upset about killing a deer and then murders like 800 people.
yeah, that's fun.
It's a good example of like, what do they call it? Cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, just being able to distance yourself mentally from different things.
Yeah. Like you have to accept that the game is telling you that Lara Croft is upset about the deer while at the same time like killing 800 people.
Yeah,
Like you have to realize there's got to be a disconnect between the gameplay and the characters to make it fun.
I know. That's something they bring up in like the Uncharted games too.
Yeah, you kill so many people in Uncharted.
Yeah, because it's like, because like Nathan Drake's always like, "You're a crazy murderer," and then the villain's always like, "How many people did you murder to get to me?"
That's not the point. We're the good guys.
Which I mean, take it with a grain of salt. Like, there's two different ways to look at it. Like through Nathan Drake's perspective, he's got to kill these people because they want to kill him because
Yeah.
he's trying to stop a world-ending event usually, quote
Well,
unquote.
he's usually just trying to find treasure, though.
But it's
Like
like,
it might turn into that eventually, but
but it's like, yeah, but it's like it's always like a magical treasure.
yeah,
But then, but like through the villain's eyes, they gotta take out
What
Nathan Drake because he's trying to stop them from doing what they want
an
yeah.
aura in that place,
because they think they're gonna make the world a better place.
but never this
hmm
intense. It was like
The
walking
moral
through
is there's no such things as good guys and bad guys. It all depends on your perspective.
Yep. Because
Look
some
at
people,
American politics, right? Democrats think they're the good guys, conservatives think they're the good guys. Who's really the good guys, you know? It's the Democrats, but who's really to say?
for sure.
I'm here. No, there's definitely something.
I've
Trust
said
me.
it before, but Attack on
You're
Titan does
always
that
joining me.
very well.
Yes.
Oh,
I
like
love it.
the
So
between the Titans and the humans,
Um,
or is it between like different people?
sure. I won't spoil anything.
Oh, okay.
even the objects here
Um,
held auras. When I touched them,
I don't
they
know. It's hard
sent
to talk about without really
signals,
spoiling stuff
words,
because
images.
a lot happens in it, you know.
Yeah.
But and like a big part of the show is like the mystery, so you don't really want to like give that away.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I know one thing that happens.
Hello?
yeah,
Like
Anybody
somebody
in there?
becomes a Titan.
the main character, you mean?
I
I think
wasn't
we
gonna say
talked about this
I
before.
wasn't gonna say the main character
There's
just
gotta
because
Well,
you
it's
were
like
like
episode like 3 or 4, so it's not like a huge spoiler.
weird that it happens though.
Well, that's like the whole point of the show
up there.
is like him turning into a
I
Titan.
could reach it.
So like the whole point of the show is like, you know, they're being like They're basically like
The handle's
they
missing.
they can't fight against these
Maybe I can
titans.
fix
Like they're
that or
too
something.
Yeah.
big and eat them. They eat the humans.
Well,
But
I
then
already
the main
paid
character
$50.
discovers that, like accidentally, that he can turn into a titan. So finally, they have hope, and
Yeah.
that's like pretty much the main premise of the show. So that's like episode like 3 or 4. So I don't really consider that like a huge spoiler or anything. Um, and I know we've said that before for sure at some point because I remember talking about it. But anyway, they just do a really good job of like exploring the idea of like good guys and bad guys. Like,
Yeah.
are there really good guys and bad guys, or is it like more about your perspective?
Yeah.
Like
Who's
people
moral
who you
and
think are people who you think are good guys, like eventually they like flip the perspective and they are now seem like bad guys and vice versa, you know.
yeah.
Um and then The Last of Us 2, I know, does that. I don't know how well it does that because I haven't played The Last of Us 2, but I know The Last of Us 2 does that as well. Like
I think
it presents somebody as a villain and then explores them as a non-villain.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, cuz like it seems like a way of like siding things, you
Yeah.
know, being on the fence. But honestly, like you do have to look at it from like other people's perspectives
Yeah.
because you know, they might just be idiots and you're correct, but you at least got to see what they're talking about.
Yeah.
I sent something.
Wish that game would get its update already. Because I'm like holding out because I'm like, I know it's going to get an update.
Yeah.
And now I decided to jump back into Death Stranding. And now it's like, oh, yeah, that might get an update. Because I was like, I don't think it's going to get an update. And now they're like, yeah, it might.
I really do want Kojima to make a Silent Hill game. I want
Yeah.
Konami to sell that off.
I didn't think you really liked Death Stranding, from what I
I mean,
gathered.
it's weird. Like
Yeah. I
like
played like 2 hours of it. I want to give it another go, though.
I think I played at least like 20 like somewhere between like 20 and 30 hours.
Yeah.
And it was weird cuz like it was chill like it felt chill. Like just like a
Yeah.
chill game. And I was like, am I supposed to feel like chill while I'm playing this?
Yeah.
And people were like, the concept's stupid. Like like America's divided and we're trying to connect everyone again. Like that's so stupid. And then
Hey.
2020 happened.
Now,
Yeah.
what's a time machine like you doing in a place
Oddly
like
enough, I saw a lot of people comparing Death
that?
Stranding to Kingdom
This
Hearts
spare
3
bedroom,
and
apparently.
its
Yeah.
method
Take
and
one,
ridiculousness in its story
trunk.
Yeah.
and its method of storytelling, where it has like ton of like very long cutscenes and it like very much front load and back loads them.
Yeah.
Like there's like a ton of cutscenes and then there's like nothing, and then the game ends with like a ton of cutscenes. I read that there are cutscenes in Death Stranding that clock over an hour and a half.
Oh,
I believe
this
it.
could come in handy.
Kingdom Hearts wasn't that bad,
Ow! Shit!
but
What the
yeah, I
hell?
can see the comparisons. I liked Kingdom Hearts though, so that also makes me want to give it another shot.
Yeah, because was it I remember like my friend being like, "Hey, let's check out Metal Gear Solid 4 or whatever, the one that was on PS3. Was it Guns of the
Yeah.
Patriots or whatever?"
Yeah, I think so.
And he was like, he's like, "Yeah, I played through it." He's like, "Let's check it out. Let's check it out." And then the game had like a huge update before he got to even play it, and that took like an hour. And then it
Yeah.
immediately opened up into like
So began
like an
the
hour
August
cutscene,
of 1999.
Yeah.
and we were just like, let's play something else. So it's definitely like Kojima kind of has he has to find a sweet spot.
Yeah. That's Kojima's games are like one of my biggest blind spots in gaming because I've like been pretty good about going back and playing a lot of like classic franchises,
Yeah.
but I've never played a Metal Gear Solid game or
I
anything Kojima's
I
made.
played most of Metal Gear 2. Like I was pretty young when Metal Gear 2 came out. So like
Metal Gear Solid 2 or Metal Gear 2?
Metal Gear Solid 2. So like it was just kind of like an oversight for me. Like I played it,
Yeah.
but I didn't like get very far in it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played Snake Eater because it came out when I was like 14, like 13 or 14, I think.
Yeah.
So I think it came
I think
out
that was
like
a lot of people's first one.
I think when did it come out? Like 2004, something like that.
Probably. I think 2 was around 2001, so
Yeah. And so like I was a little bit older, and man, that game was awesome. Like for like what it
yeah.
did on a PS2, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Cause like for me, like a lot of the PS2, yeah, like looking back especially, a lot of PS2 games, like they feel like they're doing the exact same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure I should be paying attention to these, like the shoe saying people are screaming in terror, but like a lot of games just felt like they continuously did the same thing over and over again, like especially within its own game itself. It was
Yeah.
like go to an area, bunch of people pop up, kill them. Go to an area, a bunch of people pop up, kill them.
Yeah.
Like not much for puzzles or anything. But then like Metal Gear Solid 3 was like you could kill bosses before you even had to fight them.
Thomas?
Oh yeah.
You there?
Yeah.
Huh.
Cuz like what is it? I think there's a boss. I think he's called the End, but it's like an old man sniper.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a Kojima name
Yeah.
from what I've gathered.
And like there's like a scene where you walk up and you're like looking through binoculars and you see like 3 of the game's bosses all together.
Mm-hmm.
And if you take a rifle, like a sniper rifle, you can shoot the old man, and then he like he explodes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to his part in the game where you have to like do the boss battle, he's just gone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you never went back to do 1?
No.
Play a Peace Walker?
I think was Peace Walker on PSP?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play that just because it was on PSP, and then I think they re-released it on PS3, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play that.
Gotcha. I've started 1 probably like 3 times and only ever made it like an hour into it.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's never been because I didn't like it. It's more because like I was like I want to like dedicate a lot of time to this, but I just don't feel like it right now.
yeah, I feel that.
Because like even in 1, there's like really long cutscenes, you know. So you really got to be like in the mood for it.
Yeah, there's like a weird thing for me. I think it happens to like a lot of people, like people that play video games. It's like either one, it's like you really want to start a game, like because you haven't played it, but then like you start it and then you just don't feel like you have the energy to play it, and so you stop playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's like a game that you really love and you're like, I want to go back and play it, and then you go back to play it, and then as soon as you start it, you don't have the energy to play it, and then you just stop playing it.
Yeah. Like starting the games a lot of times can be like a big process because games like will take a while to get going.
Yeah, I mean,
They
kind of
always like
it's
start
like
with a lot of
movie, though.
narrative.
Thomas?
It's like a movie
Yeah.
though.
But like that puts me off of starting games a lot of the time because I'm like I just kind of want to like jump in and like really start playing something instead of like ramping up to something.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah,
good passion.
there's a lot of games where you just like,
Call me right
man,
now.
I wish I could just jump in, but
Yeah.
it's not usually the process. Because I mean, a lot of games are trying to tell that story.
Yeah. Especially nowadays, like games are kind of like very narrative experiences as like
Yeah,
the norm,
yeah.
whereas it used to be more of the exception.
So it kind of gets bad though, because like if a game doesn't have like an even like it can be a bad story, but it
Mhm.
just needs to be interesting. Like if it's not interesting, then it's just like
Why?
I don't want to play it.
You startled me.
Yeah.
Like I could play a game that is like the absolute shittiest like gameplay,
Marianne.
but if it's got an interesting story, I'll keep going.
Sadness.
Sounds like Death Stranding,
Her name.
from what I hear.
I mean, you seem
Which is
to
probably why I put like as much time into that game as I did.
Yeah.
And I always think about going and playing it again, but I'm just like I don't have it in me to do so.
Yeah. Hey, maybe if there's an enhanced edition.
Maybe. I do remember it
Assuming
was
the
like
saves transfer anyway.
I do remember like it was the first game I played on like my new TV,
Yeah.
and I was just like, hell yeah. Because like one of like the opening things is like it opens up and it's just like a giant landscape shot,
Yeah.
and I was like, this looks nice, and then the whole game is just like a giant landscape.
Yeah.
So like you can get really worn out playing that game.
Mhm.
Ew, you can see through her arm.
must have been nice.
Oh yeah.
So, tell me, what happened?
Gross. I'm more grossed out by being able to see through her arm than her having no arm on the other side.
Thanks. That I can take care of myself. Hey, I was wondering, have you seen...
Marianne,
Yes.
would you play with me
Do you think
for a little while?
that
It's been so long since I played with anyone.
we're here
I
because
need your help first.
that girl at the beginning was us, and it was at this place?
I'm looking for a man. Thomas.
Hmm. Trying to remember the girl at the beginning.
Let me think.
What was she
It
doing?
she was running away, and she got to a lake, and she had to stop. And then the dude came up with a gun because this place apparently there was a massacre here.
Mhm.
Look there. Come on.
Maybe.
Wait. I can't go that way. Damn.
Maybe like
To get up there somehow.
like the world at the bottom seems like the world where people like go when they die.
Yeah,
So maybe like we were about to die in that moment, but it like split realities so that we
yeah,
got stuck in both at the same time.
Hey. An elevator.
Like some kind of like quantum physics
yeah,
thing. They'll probably throw the word quantum in there to describe it.
yeah. And that's like because we almost died, we were able to go between.
Yeah.
Oh.
Glitch in the matrix.
Just take a deep breath
Oh, gotta do an out of body experience.
and let go.
Means we're zoning out.
Yep.
Move fast.
Gotta move fast.
Gotta go
Uh,
fast, but not Roger Craig Smith.
I wonder. Oh, because he quit.
I don't know if he said he quit. It seemed like he
What?
was kind of blindsided by the news.
Oh, I don't know. I read that he was stepping away.
I read his tweet and it sounded like he had just found out he was not going to be the voice anymore. But I don't know.
Are they gonna are they gonna get Ben Schwartz to be the new voice?
I don't know. I don't think they announced anything. That was the speculation, though, that they were going to kind of try to combine like the movie and game universe.
Yeah.
I don't know what they need to do, but they need to do something with Sonic, man. Like it hasn't worked like ever since
Whatever
like
whatever
the
they did
90s.
with Sonic Mania, do it more.
Yeah, let somebody else make a game other than Sonic Team. That's what worked.
Yeah.
People will talk about how like Generations was good and the adventure games were good, but like they weren't really. They were good for a Sonic game, but they're still like nowhere in the same league as like Mario or something like that, like it's supposed to be. Or
Yeah.
even like Crash or like anything like any of its contemporaries. Like I think it gets a lot of those games get a lot of leeway because the other Sonic games are so bad.
Yeah.
And those
I
games are like mediocre.
yeah, I think like still comparing Mario to Sonic, that's bad. That's bad.
Like I'm just saying like Sonic should be comparable to Mario because that's how it started out. But
Yeah, but you
not
also
at
have to
all anymore. They're not
yeah,
even in the same league.
like you have to consider as well. Like that shit's done. That ship sailed.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying like when people say like Generations or Adventure 2 are good games, it's like I mean, I guess they're good games in a vacuum where like Mario doesn't exist.
Yeah. Am I supposed to be able to go higher? What's happening here? Oh, we still got to get to the second floor apparently. Apparently this is still the first floor.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Now where did she go?
I like Sonic though, like as a character. So I wish
Yeah.
they would like get it together, make a
Think-
decent game.
I think he was like a good mascot, and
Yeah.
like I do like the Sonic character.
Yeah, Sonic
But
Mania is awesome. Like that's probably like one of my favorite games. So yeah, I hope they at least make like a Mania 2 or something.
What is
yeah, I do think it's like crazy crazy that like Sonic Mania was so good and it wasn't even made by like Sega.
I mean,
Sadness?
I think they're related. I think that's why it was so good.
Yeah.
Sega hasn't made a actually really good Sonic game since like
getting through here.
Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah.
They even tried their hand at some 2D ones and that didn't work out.
What is it? You played Sonic Boom. You like that, right?
No. To both of those questions. I've played a lot of Sonic. Like I beat it in 1 and in Adventure 2 I really love the game. I just don't think it's like a good game.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know I
I
could
just have a
do
lot of
that.
nostalgia for it. I played through Generations and it was like fine. It just wasn't like great. I've beaten Advanced 1 and 2. Played a little bit of Rush. Like I beat Sonic Forces. So I've definitely given it my fair share.
Yeah.
I loved Sonic as a character when I was a kid. Like I watched the cartoon and I got Sonic Adventure 2 when it came on the GameCube and I loved it.
Is that skin?
Gross.
I never had like a Genesis though. So
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have a Genesis till until like 2012.
yeah, me too. I was just kind of too young to even have a Genesis because like The N64 came out when I was 2. So
Yeah.
we were pretty much past that point, and Sonic didn't have a big presence on the Saturn, and the Saturn itself wasn't even very popular. So I really didn't even have a chance to get into Sonic until the GameCube came out. I mean, Sonic moved to the GameCube.
Yeah. I do remember playing the Saturn because
Yeah, I never touched it.
but like I only played I believe it was Virtua Fighter?
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that texture flicker. I'm sure that's not supposed to happen.
I still have never touched a Saturn. Like, that's probably one of the only major consoles I've never touched at all.
Yeah, I don't remember playing anything besides Virtua Fighter on a Saturn.
I mean, there were like no notable games on the Saturn. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
Like, it really didn't need to exist. Any of the decent games were like Japan only games that were ports of other games that got like a definitive edition on the Saturn.
Feels
Yeah.
Like Symphony of the Night.
memories of grief, loneliness.
Oh, where's
No
okay.
prescription. I know these drugs all too well.
There we
Some
go.
objects
That's what I was
so
trying to do.
past.
I was trying to get that one, but like I could not
It's in the
get
right spot now.
the button to happen.
Did you know the Genesis wasn't even number 2 in Japan? To the
What do you
Super
mean?
Nintendo? Like, everyone thinks of the Super Nintendo and Genesis as like, number 1 and number 2 in terms of like sales during the 16-bit era.
What was
But
it?
in Japan, the Genesis was number 3
Mr.
to the
Behind
Turbo
what?
Graphics.
Oh yeah, Turbo Graphics.
Much more popular in Japan, or the PC Engine as it was known there.
I think what was it? Wasn't us playing Splatterhouse on the Turbo Graphics what
There's more to this
made us want to record games?
Yeah, probably. It was up there.
Because I
We
remember
played
like
that, and then we played Splatterhouse 2 and 3 on the Genesis.
yeah, but I remember us playing like Splatterhouse,
The spark's too
and then
weak.
I was just like, oops,
It's like it's missing something.
and like I would like put like updates of us beating games together on
Mhm.
like on like my social media.
Hmm.
And then I think we went through all the Splatterhouses just trying to beat them.
Yeah.
And then eventually we were just like, we should just record. We should just record.
I'm gonna need more energy to get through.
Yeah, I remember like trying out a bunch of games right before we decided to record too. Like Bayonetta 2 and stuff, Devil's Third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to play through Splatterhouse 1 and 2 again.
Sure.
Those are pretty cool. I wonder if like I would like Splatterhouse 3 now. Like my taste in games has like changed a lot and broadened a lot.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, it was like a beat 'em up, right?
Yes.
Like I know like 1 and 2 were like platformers, and I think 3 became like a beat 'em up, which I didn't like, but I do kind of like beat 'em ups now.
Yeah, I'm surprised like how much you like beat 'em ups now, because you're always like, I hate beat 'em ups.
I just hated the ones I had played, I guess.
Why would he care any more than the others?
I do know. I think it's
It's more than grief.
Splatterhouse 3.
More than despair.
Splatterhouse 3 is
This
hard.
crushed her spirit.
Yeah.
That's the one I think you have like a time limit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I probably still wouldn't like it.
And like it's already like a difficult game. And
Yeah.
like then they're like, if you want to get the good end, you gotta beat it fast.
Yeah.
You're probably wondering why I write this letter instead of expressing myself directly. The reason, I'm afraid, is painfully simple. I'm willing to write this because I'm a coward, because I couldn't bring myself to look you in the eye. I'm not even moving this, and it's like moving on its own.
Weird.
Because the mere
Haunted.
thought of because the mere thought of breaking the heart of someone so delicate, so fragile, simply more than I could bear. Ursula, my dearest Ursula. That or it's like okay, it's just really sensitive. Cause like I'm like tapping, like I'm not even like, I'm just like brushing my thumb up against the the stick and it's moving it. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So either someone suicided or they were just like, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. There's a puzzle here somewhere. There we go. That's the puzzle.
Nice.
There was a door here.
Shit. This is falling apart.
Correct.
Looks like I'm in for another dive.
Yeah, I think one of my biggest problems with a lot of beat 'em ups though is that like they're just so hard.
Yeah, I mean they don't. There's
They're
not
very
like,
unforgiving.
and there's also not like a ton of replayability.
Yeah. I like playing like modern versions of them that have like rewind or save states, or like the arcade versions where you can just keep putting credits in.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about like how absurdly difficult they are. But like a lot of the more modern ones are better about it, like Battletoads. Like you don't go back that far.
Yeah.
Or like Streets of Rage 4. Streets of Rage 4 is easily my favorite beat 'em up.
Yeah, I saw one of my friends playing Streets of Rage 4, and I didn't know that they like beat 'em ups, so it surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, I would like to have us play that, but I wanted to like play it first to unlock all the characters.
Yeah.
And I just haven't I haven't even been home to play it, so
Why would he care? It's more than grief. This letter.
Okay. Okay. So that's that. Is there something outside?
I don't know.
I can't.
If only I had something sharp.
I can't go through here. But I don't have anything. I don't know where sharp stuff is.
Hmm.
And I can't interact with that at all.
Just break it and use that.
But we're gonna figure this out on the next episode.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.